Otherworld Theater Company recently launched the Nerd Therapy podcast, exploring mental health topics through the lens of fandom.
Here to tell us more about it is co-host Eric Cole and artistic director of Otherworld Theater Company, Tiffany Keene-Schaefer. Thank you both so much for being here.
Oh, it's such a pleasure, yeah.
You don't think podcasts when you think of a theater company. What kind of brought you guys to start this?
You know, it's so funny. Otherworld Theater really sees itself as a community center of telling science fiction and fantasy stories, but also really connecting with our patrons and having difficult, sometimes, conversations that normally we wouldn't allow ourselves to have. And when we heard about the Nerd Therapy podcast, or at least the beginnings of an inclination that something might be started, we had to kind of jump on it and say, this is a conversation that's really worth having.
Okay, so you created, or one of the co-creators of the Nerd Therapy how did you reach, first of all, explain to everybody what fandoms are, because I didn't really know what those are.
Yeah, well, you know, in the context that we use it in, nerd or fandom or geek culture, that's a loving term. It used to be that that was kind of an insult, but we have reclaimed that. We're taking that power back. So, you know, on our podcast, myself and my co-host Natalie, both of us are licensed counselors, licensed therapists, talk about mental health and mental illness from the lens of fandom, in this case, geek culture, movies, television shows, books, comic books, all of that. You know, it's no surprise that we access parts of ourselves through stories, and always have, which is why working with Otherworld is such a great partnership. It
makes so much sense when you think about it too, because those of us who are in like a specific genre or culture that we really like, it's kind of like a warm blanket, right? And it puts you in a safe space then to talk about difficult topics.
Absolutely. And right now, of course, coming out of COVID, mental illness is at all-time high.
Yeah.
So Natalie and myself really felt it was important to create conversations around mental illness and recovery from mental illness in ways that are approachable and that people can understand and access.
Now, how does the theater factor into the podcast?
Yeah, well, you know, we are a theater space right here in Chicago, just right on Clark Street, just a little bit north of Wrigley Field. But not everyone's comfortable yet coming to theater spaces. So we were looking at podcasts to kind of help promote, so we can still have that sense of community with our people at home. They can tune into the podcast, they can tune into our live streams. And, you know, Eric and Natalie have just done such a great job at cultivating such an important conversation.
So explain it to me how it works, Eric. So if I'm a Star Wars fan or a Star Trek fan, how does the mental health aspect fit into that?
Absolutely. So there's a very famous psychiatrist by the name of Irvin Yalom who says that it's all grist for the mill. And so we've taken that and applied that to fandom or geekdom, geek culture. So we'll look at mental illness through the lens of loss. For instance, we just talked to Doug Jones, who is sort of a Hollywood megastar, and he came and did part of our podcast, which was terrific, and talked about the themes that his character on Star Trek goes through: found family, loss, and fear. Fear is another major part of his character in that television show. So we look at the intersection between these beloved properties and things that we all enjoy in our lives, and how we can use that to improve our mental health.
Okay, are they speaking from just the character's perspective, or some personal experiences as well?
It's a great question. Actually, we touch on both of that. So Doug shares both from his character as well as in his own personal life, and being in Hollywood and what that's like, and trying to work through fear and you know, accessing courage in maybe different ways than we're used to. We love to have those conversations.
Only got a few seconds left. Upcoming guests. You guys are just getting started, but what do you have in the hopper?
Yep, so Larry Bagby from Hocus Pocus is coming on Sunday at Otherworld.
Yeah, at 7 p.m. He's going to be doing a performance with us with Portal Prov, which is an improv troupe. But then afterwards, we're going to be doing a podcast session where we're going to be tackling bullying, because he played a lot of bullies in the 90s, notably Ice in Hocus Pocus.
Oh, yeah.
What are some of the other topics, real quickly, that you addressed? You said mental illness, of the mental illness topics.
Yes, right. So So my specialty is in PTSD. Natalie works primarily with young people. So we look at things through those lenses, recovery from trauma, anxiety, ways to improve things like depression, loneliness is really prevalent right now, just as we're coming out of COVID. And we're always looking for feedback. So if anyone has input, we want to hear from you.
All right.
Genius. I
All
love
right.
it. Yeah.
Love it too. Here's the information for the Nerd Therapy podcast and the Other World Theater Company, as she mentioned, is over on Clark, social media handles as well as the website. Eric and Tiffany, thanks for coming in and sharing
guys.
with
Thank
us.
you.